You know, I've had my trials and tribulations with medical school. You know, that first year, it wasn't all, sunny days. Like there were days that I was down. And, when you hit a 12-hour day of studying, you just have to realize, who are the people who got you here and why are you doing it? So it really comes down to that mental toughness. I really just want to instill that with other people. I want to be here to motivate. I want to be here to show people that it is possible. But it's not easy. I'm at the point now where if I'm not working on something, doing something to propel forward, I feel like I'm moving backward.
Just finished up that workout. Now gonna head home, make some breakfast. I'm working today, and then later tonight we're gonna go pick up Josie and get her from the airport because tomorrow I'm matching. Well, it's really just unreal to me that I'm matching tomorrow. Medical school was definitely a wild ride. There was definitely lots of ups and downs. There was a lot of work, a lot of studying, a whole lot of tests that I never really loved taking, but 4 years honestly flew by. We are going to figure out where I'm matching. My first rank is University of Southern Florida. Second is Manatee Community Hospital in Bradenton, Florida. Third is in Jacksonville. Fourth in Charlotte. Fifth in Myrtle Beach. So kind of a widespread all along the East Coast. I have faith that I will end up in Tampa tomorrow. I really do. I'm not really sure why, I just have a good feeling. But wherever we end up, it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be wild, it's gonna just be a feeling of relief for sure that I have a job and then don't have to immediately start paying these $300,000 worth of loans back. Someone asked me the other day in the emergency department, they're like, was becoming a doctor worth it? Like, is it worth the money? And I'm like, if you're going to be a doctor for the money, like you are in it for the wrong thing, because they're gonna drive you with so much debt and you're not even gonna make money until a few years outside of residency. Like you're gonna have so much debt to be paying off each month. You're not gonna be able to make any good money until you actually aren't attending, and that depends on how long you want your residency to be. Family medicine is a 3-year residency, so it's not very long. Same with internal medicine. I'm probably not gonna specialize in anything. However, I would like to do an integrative medicine, a health, lifestyle, holistic track along with my family medicine residency so I can be dual board certified. But let's get through the match tomorrow, not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's go home and make some breakfast. Psych, we're actually gonna go to the grocery store and get some food. That was a quick grocery haul. I pretty much go to the grocery store like 7 days a week, practically. But here is my haul. Gluten-free bread, some eggs, some celery, and some carrots. Got some good ground beef. Love me some ground beef for taco bowls, beef bowls. You make bolognese with gluten-free pasta. Very simple. I always love eating ground beef and having it in my fridge. Cold brew coffee. Got my Synergy kombuchas. Got my avocados. Got some gluten-free pasta. Again, for bolognese, you can just add some beef and a box of pasta with some tomato sauce. And I also got this Chobani creamer. Everything about the bagel seasoning. This stuff goes on my eggs. It goes on pretty much every meal. I love this stuff. Some good Irish grass-fed butter and some coconut oil. And that wraps up the grocery haul. I gotta make some breakfast and I gotta get ready for work because I'm going to be late going into the emergency department. But let me put these groceries away and get started on some breakfast. Supplements too that I take every morning. Number one, starting off with a probiotic. Again, gut health is something that's been an absolute game changer for me. 5,000 units of a vitamin D plus K2, 250 milligrams of a magnesium. You take a fish oil, vitamin C, and that's pretty much what I take daily. All right, I'm going with the green Fabletics Fit today. People may ask, what my responsibility in the emergency department is as a 4th-year medical student. I'll base it off of what I did yesterday. So yesterday I saw about 7 patients working about a 9-hour shift, which really isn't that bad. I mean, CT scans were super backed up, so I wasn't getting a lot of labs that I should have gotten in imaging, but 7 patients pretty much take lower acuity stuff. Obviously, first things first, if my patient is not doing well or doesn't look good, my first responsibility is to let the attending know. But yesterday I saw an abdominal pain / constipation, I saw shortness of breath, I saw an illness, which happened to be this lady's sodium was like 122, which is really low. I saw a chainsaw wound. This guy had cut his arm pretty deep with his chainsaw, and it was right on his left proximal kind of ulnar portion of his forearm. And I only have 5 more shifts left. That's kind of what I do as a 4th year. That's kind of my responsibility. I kind of just take what my attending throws at me and write the notes and do the medicine, call the consults, and yeah, that's about it. But I'm ready for work. I'm gonna read a little bit of the Bible before I go in. I think it's really important for me to get grounded in my word every day. Then he called out to the crowd to him, along with his disciples, and said, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? If anyone is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, the Son of Man will be ashamed of them when he comes in his Father's glory with holy angels." You see, being a Christian is all about sacrifice. It's about sacrificing your life to God, and it's about sacrificing your life to others. If God created human in his image, then we have to see every single human being that we come in contact with, whether it's our family, our friends, a stranger on the street, that they are God's child, they're heaven's champion. And we have to see this in people. Now, when he talks about the world is many different things. It's power, it's money, it's living an adulterous life of greed, of self-centeredness, of self-righteousness. But in order for you to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to deny that. You have to deny all of that. You have to be someone who is selfless and someone who loves everyone. This is what the gospel is telling us to do. As a Christian, we do believe that we die, our flesh dies, but our spirit rises. And that's where the faith of Christ comes in. Christianity is not a religion of peace and happiness and unicorns and butterflies. This religion is about getting through the life of suffering, but also having, with that suffering, a glimpse of heaven on this earth. As we call to God, we say, "Father in heaven, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." When you accept that Holy Spirit, you're bringing heaven down to us on earth, and you have to live that. He says, what's the point of having a light in a house on a hill and then to cover it with a bucket? Because you're not lighting up the house, you're not lighting up the neighborhood. He wants us to be lights of the world, and he wants us to walk in love and in sacrifice. And this is what the Bible is, and this is the way of the cross. Now, let's get to work. As a Christian in this medical field, it can get pretty worldly, but I always make sure that any chance that I have to pray for my patients, I do. Obviously, you have to slowly kind of wean into it, but pretty much there was this girl, and she was having these like types of seizures, right? And they weren't like your typical types of seizures. It was like 30 minutes of kind of dysarthria, kind of tonic movements, just the most interesting thing that I think I've ever seen. Never seen anything like it. And you know, she had done CT, she had done MRIs, and just no luck. She had recently just got a tooth pulled a few days prior. You know, when I was talking to her mother and she was explaining everything that had been going on, she was currently in one of those seizure-like activities. We ended up calling it non-epileptic like seizures, I believe. And she just said, we just keep praying, and you know, hopefully something breaks through. And I asked straight up, I'm like, can I pray for you guys? And she's like, that would just mean the world to us. And I put my hands on her and I prayed one heck of a prayer, and you know, she was still seizing, and I ended up praying. I said my goodbyes. This was like at 12 at night, so it was super late. And I came back like an hour later, and her mother had left, but her brother had come in. He was just thanking me so much. He's like, you know, in this medical field and all of these doctors, like, no one ever prays in this field. And an hour later, when I went to check back in, she was out of her seizure, and she was talking to me, and she's like, this meant so much to me to be able to sit and pray for me. And you know, I saw your bracelet, Romans 8:28, and Romans 8:28 says, and we know that God works in all things for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. You know, a few days later, she's not having any more seizures. No medical field, no medicine, no scan could have figured out what was going on. But sometimes we just need a little bit of prayer. This life is hard, guys. It's absolutely hard, and especially being in medicine, I feel like I get a different glimpse of what life really is. I mean, I see babies getting born, I see people passing away, and it's just important that we stay rooted in this thing and fight the good battle of faith. I have a firm understanding that this life does go quick, and it's something that we got to take full advantage of every single day that we got. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful, abundant thing when you put your life into submission to Christ and his word. And that's what I strive to do every single day. So, but I'm just pulling up to work right now. We're about to hit this little shift here in the emergency department. I'll let you guys know what I end up seeing, what I end up doing as soon as I am out. But I'll catch you guys in a few hours.
8 hours later.
All right, so I just finished up my shift in the emergency department. A lot of sick people, couple sepsis patients, alcohol intoxication patient, he was pretty wild. Some belly pain, some weird swelling, UTI, lots of different things, and that's the glory of the emergency department. It's just very random of what kind of comes in and you know what you see on a daily basis. But the highlight of my day, I think, was my attending allowed me to place an IV via an ultrasound. That was the first time of me doing that. I placed IVs in the past, and today was the first day that I got to use an ultrasound to actually do it. And it's just cool when you get an attending who actually allows you to do procedures. Like, I've been able to do abscesses, drainage in the past, been able to do cyst removals, some skin removals. I love doing procedures. It's something that I'm really interested in doing, but it's just cool when you get a cool doctor that actually allows you to learn while doing procedures. So that was definitely the highlight of my day. But in the meantime, I need to get home, clean up my apartment a little bit as a good boyfriend would, and we're gonna grab some dinner tonight. So I'm gonna head back, I'm gonna go grab her, and then we'll kind of just wrap up the rest of the night. We'll see you guys in a little bit. We got Josie. Thankfully, she didn't miss her flight, but Josie, tell them what happened.
Okay, so I got delayed on my second layover, and I was flying to Chicago, and I landed 8 minutes after I was supposed to start boarding. And Chicago airport, you like taxi like for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'm missing my flight 100%. And so I call Johnny as soon as I land. We are making a plan. He literally buys me a ticket. I'm like, I'm missing it 100%. I walk to that gate that I had to like talk to the people and be like, hey, like, what's my next plan? And I get to the gate and it's freaking open. And the guy in front of me that was on my same flight from Phoenix that got delayed was a concierge key in the American Airlines, and that's the only reason I got on. So that's the story.
So Josie and I are going to Nosh. We've tried this place one other time, but it was closed. It was a Monday. It was my bad making reservations on the wrong day. But we have reservations tonight. I'm wearing sweatpants, so hopefully they'll accept this attire. But looking forward to a good steak, and this is the pre-celebration dinner to tomorrow's match. So we're both very excited and happy we finally got Josie here back in the cold and gray Rochester. So we'll see how dinner is tonight. Alright guys, just finished up dinner at Nosh here in Rochester. Overall, the experience was pretty good. The place itself, the environment's very nice. I really enjoyed this environment. Service was decent. We got pork belly for an appetizer, which was really good. The sweet potato puree was absolutely bomb. The pork belly itself was cooked very well. And then for dinner, we got bone marrow and then steak. What are your thoughts on the bone marrow?
Bone marrow, I've made better bone marrow myself personally. I give it a 6.9 for bone marrow.
Okay, then let's talk about the pork belly.
9.9.
I give my pork belly is a 9.5. Bone marrow for me, I'd give I enjoyed it because I enjoyed the little sides that it had with it, so I'll give that like an 8.4. And then steaks, we both got steak. It was a Denver cut of steak, which is like a shoulder cut. Never had it before. Kind of reminded me of a skirt steak with a chimichurri and then potato puree. What are your thoughts?
Everything else besides the steak was like 9.2, 9.3. Steak itself, 3.
So what would you rate the steak and potatoes?
Oh, everything?
I'll give mine a
6.
I'll give mine a 7-1.
Really?
Yeah, I thought everything around it was really good.
I know, but the steak. Okay, 6.8.
6.8, 7.1. Overall experience, I'd give this dinner 7.2.
I give it a 7.6.
7.6. Nash, Rochester, come check it out. Today is the big day. It is officially match day. This is 8 years of my medical education, all down to one email. Hallelujah. It's a pretty crazy feeling, to be honest with you. For anyone at home who doesn't even know why I became a doctor, so I always knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. My senior year of high school, I did a program called New Vision, which allowed me to shadow doctors my senior year. I was like 15, looking at orthopedic surgeons do their surgeries, general surgery, primary care, dermatology, ENT, emergency department. I was all over the place, so I had a good understanding of what the medical field had to offer. And going into college, I wasn't exactly sure what field I wanted to get into. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a PA or a doctor. I was playing football throughout that time, throughout my college career. And my sophomore year, unfortunately, my little cousin Gage, he was 14 years old. He passed away due to diabetes complications. And that was a real eye-opener for me. And it had a lot of self-reflection brought out of me. And I always knew that I wanted to be in the healthcare field to take care of people. But as I continued on with my football career and just continued to build leadership roles, it became apparent to me that being a physician, to be a leader of a team, was the best way for me to live out that life of being a leader and taking care of people. I just knew from that very moment when Gage passed that I knew I wanted to do something that allowed me to take care of people and to be someone on a team who led the communication, who led the decision making, who led the orders, and communicated really well with all the other staff. And football really helped me build those characteristics of being a leader. Being a team captain of the football team is definitely no easy feat, but it just allowed me to really work on those communication skills, to work on teams, to be focused under pressure. And football really allowed me to build a character that really resembled a physician. And today, taking all of those years of football, of medical school, of all my exams, all of my assignments and studying, it's just crazy to think that today is the day that I match into residency. It's been a long time coming. I've been working very, very hard for this. Even in my social media, like I started social media 4 years ago. I did it every single day from Monday to Thursday, and it's just been an absolute grind ever since. But I'm super excited to match today. We'll see where we end up. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go get a haircut to look fresh for this match day. And I'll show you Mo's barbershop and introduce you to Mo. For the haircut today, probably gonna go mid-skin taper fade. We'll trim it on top. Mo always gets me right. Say what's up, Mo.
What's up?
All right, we have made it to the match day with Josie, with Tara, with my man Zach.
What's up, guys?
We're patiently waiting. I thought this thing was supposed to start at 12 or 11. It's 11:30 and we're just kind of sitting. But here's the next best doctor who's gonna cure some amazing things.
For you, Zach. Oh, it's been a long journey, but it's been totally worth it. John's been crushing a business and also med school, so I don't know how he pulled that off. But I'm excited to see where we all mash here.
Where do you think you're gonna go, Zach?
I'm hoping for my #1 choice, Mayo Clinic, but wherever God puts me, we'll take it.
Zach is going to be an amazing physician and hopefully does end up at the Mayo Clinic, the prestigious Mayo Clinic, but we'll see. We're all patiently waiting and we'll keep you posted. I have my letter here, but I can't open it until 12, so we're just gonna be on the countdown waiting. We can get over.
Honey, you need to tell me what you want.
There we go, okay. I'm going to Pittsburgh. Congratulations.
Got the crew, Kelly and Isaac. You guys don't seem so excited.
Woo!
Tara, Josie, Radical. Got the whole crew. Callie with the amazing balloons. We are going to head out and go see the rest of my peeps. My dad too. Say what's up. Hello everyone. This is my dad. All right, we're here with the whole family. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi, YouTube.
Leave me happy for one moment, please.
We just ordered some apps and the place looks bomb. We'll see what it's got to offer. Long time coming.
Louis, come on, I gotta tell you.
Alright guys, that wraps up tonight. Amazing day. So excited to start my brand new journey in Bradenton, Florida. I'm very excited to get somewhere warm and to start a new chapter of my life. I believe that God has provided me with a new season of life and a new breakthrough. And I'm so grateful for every opportunity that He puts in front of me. I give all my glory to Jesus. And I thank you guys for coming along on this journey, on this wild ride of a day. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to follow for more Muscle Dummy adventures. Catch us next time Josie and I take on New York. And make sure to check out my brand new probiotic. We're launching this. This thing is out right now. You can find it below. Super excited about this product. And I want you guys to just take care of yourself, take care of your gut health. And I want to continue to encourage you guys in all things health, Christ, and just taking care of you every single day. So I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you all have a great night. See you on the next adventure.